This crowd keeps growing each night.
Every single night's bigger than the last, Jack.
I think it means we're doing something pretty good.
I hope so. I hope
Absolutely. My name is Jack Courage Dunlop. I'm joined by Ben.
Dr. Lupo.
Still considering if he's actually a doctor, Dr. Lupo.
Jack, don't question it, all right? It's official. It's on the internet.
I don't know if that's actually allowed, like, legally.
I don't think it is. Let's not talk about it.
Either
Moving
way,
on.
We're ready to have some fun here tonight. All the registration, everything, the early mornings, those are done. Tonight we figure out our final 33 players who will be competing tomorrow in the $1.5 million grand final. That will be 6 games tomorrow. Anything can happen, as we've seen, and tonight we have some heavy hitters participating.
I'm excited to watch. We've had 7 weeks before this of incredible gameplay.
Yep.
The total over 8 weeks for Summer Skirmish, $8 million, and it all comes down to this. We've seen a ton of big names over the course of the last few days. Some progressing on, some eliminated early, and we've seen a lot of seen some outliers, some underdogs almost that have risen up, and I love seeing that. Anybody can win this thing, Jack.
Well, I can promise you some fan favorites will be participating tonight. We've got the schedule to take a look at, though, of how it will all break down. What we've seen today, it began with 3 different heats. That determined our players who will compete tonight in our qualifiers. Again, 33 players from this evening will head to the grand finals tomorrow. Some of the names playing, I mean, let's see, Nick Merckx, a little Liquid Chat, maybe a little Tfue, who knows? There's the format, though. 2 matches earlier today in the heats. Tonight, though, will be 4 games. And Ben, you see the rule set there. Break that down for the viewers at home.
Now, not only is elimination count important, but placement is as well, and that's kind of molded the way that some of these competitive players are determining how to approach engagements. 3 to 4 elims is 1 point, 5 to 6 is 2, and if you hit 7 or more, that's 3 points. On top of that, a top 10 placement is 1 point. If you get to 3rd, that's 2, and if you win the whole thing, a victory royale courage, that's 3.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good, but you know what's even better? $1.5 million split amongst the top 100 players from this week. If you qualify for the grand finals, even if you place 21st through 100th, you already earned $5 grand. But as you can see, it escalates quite quickly from there, with everything pointing towards that first place prize, $225,000 US. Life-changing amount of money.
It's incredible. And $5,000 just if you make the grand finals, and the requirements from what we've seen the last few days, Jack.
Yep.
It's not over the top. Some of these players are making it through from the qualifiers, making it into the grand finals for the last day with even just 1 point and 5 or 6 eliminations.
Yep.
Which means some players, a lot of players, are playing very slow. But that's not the only strategy we've seen. We've seen some incredible aggression, actually.
Oh, yeah.
We saw even yesterday, Aiden from Ghost Gaming was, well, it felt like he was playing a different game, game 1 and 2, jumping around out in the open, even ignoring building at times. He went into, you've seen some streamers, and I'm a victim of it, just weapon swapping just super fast just cause. It's like a muscle memory thing. We didn't see that too much before that moment, and he was leaving Tilted yesterday. We saw that. We've seen Animal dropped our first double-digit elimination game of the event so far. Sick. 10 eliminations in a competitive format like this is holy cow.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And we've even seen players who, through the 4 games, struggle for the majority of them, but then have 1 monster performance, 1 victory royale, which earns them enough points to qualify for the grand finals that take place tomorrow. Probably going to happen again here. Either way, though, we've got to catch up with how we got to this point. As we mentioned earlier on the schedule, we had 3 heats, and, well, we had some top performers. Heat 1, SSG Colton. Heat 2, NRG Kaysid, and then Heat 3, WPG Ranger, all representing some major organizations there, showing up big for their squads.
A number of these players, they're going to drop a lot of different strategies in here, but man, nothing gets better than falling in on your opponent. Those bounce pads from above, super important, especially the right time to utilize them and can catch your opponents off guard. It's tough to beat someone falling from the sky with a shotgun, Jack.
No, most certainly. And you see there the excitement after that victory. If that drum gun doesn't eliminate that opponent on that last bullet right there, you'd think the double barrel gets a second shot off. Here's Kaysid a little bit later on in his performances, and you see already 5 eliminations there. How about a 6th? Woo! The headshot crits from that rare drum gun, quite good. And, well, you know what's even better? A rocket to the back.
Now, you mentioned earlier a lot of larger organizations, really organizations of all size being represented here. I know right now already Trouble Boys has 4 players qualified for the grand finals tomorrow. World's Best Gaming has 3, I believe. FaZe, Cloud9, Liquid. We have players from all over the place showing up for this, and it's wonderful to see such an embracement of competitive play from these organizations that have been around for a very long time. They see the value of Fortnite and just how top tier the play can be, and it's wonderful to see. It's that level of inclusion that I think Fortnite on the esports side has been. It's fantastic.
Oh, they've been really pushing for it, and it's been paying off to this point. This is the biggest Fortnite LAN event on a competitive side that we've seen to this point. As we know, $1.5 million on the line. Again, stay involved in the conversation on social media, hashtag Summer Skirmish. We mentioned some of the big names playing tonight. We'll take a look at the full participant list here shortly, but I mean, man, there have been some big names that haven't qualified for this grand final that I know people have been talking about, but
that's true.
We'll see tonight if anyone else falls quite short, because all getting involved early on.
Now, you were mentioning Nick Merckx, just to use.
Geico makes it easy to get help when you need it. With licensed agents available 24/7. It's not just easy. It's having a walrus in goal easy.
It's a walrus! Ridiculous!
Good job, Duncan! Way to go!
Him as an example, but there's a number of players that are like this. People have drop locations that they trend to, and competitive players, they're going to learn that about their opponents before they come into games like this. So I would almost guarantee you that people that are dropping there, they know what a play there. The tack shotgun, the green tack, a pair of shots there secures the first elimination for Rex, but he's not done yet. He's got the remainder of a 1v1 here. He's at 54 HP. That tack comes in big and gets wheels for the double.
Wow, that last crit right there saves him, as Rex was 1 bullet away from getting dropped early on, but now 2 elims. And remember, we've got to stress the points, how it all works. If you get 3 elims, you earn yourself a point, 3 to 4. 5 to 6 elims is 2 points, 7 plus elims is 3. If you place in the top 10, you earn 1 point. If you get second or third, you get 2. And if you earn the Victory Royale, it's a +3. Godvat on your screen, he just earned himself an elimination. You saw Hysteria actually nearby with full HP, but now it looks like we're heading out over to Retail Row, where multiple players are stacking up with some big engagements about to begin.
Kairos in the southwest corner of Retail. This is a pretty common drop. If you're looking to push into Retail because you see a number of players move in there, these 2 houses out here are a good spot to hit. There's a lot of brick. There are a ton of just stray trees you can pick up, and I believe 3 chest spawns, 2 or 3 chest spawns in those 2 buildings. And if nobody else goes, there's confident ammo. But right here, the third partying on Frankie, TK.
For people at home, explain the term third partying for someone maybe tuning in for the first time tonight.
So 2 players are in a 1v1 situation. Maybe they're build battling. Maybe like you saw there, they're in kind of a medium range fight where they've both built mini bases just to establish some layers between the opponents. And a third player enters the engagement from kind of a side angle, almost an angle that isn't going to get seen initially. They take shots at just the right time to try and secure one of the eliminations, which is exactly what you saw Kairos do here, but he's got to box himself in because his opponent has the top-down advantage. Those pyramids to block ramp pushes courage are super important, especially the timing. You can catch people almost inside. Now, that edit, do you want to talk about how dirty that edit was?
That was a nice little play there. He moved and began to run to the opposite side of the ramp and then rotated it and then drop him on that opposite side. He's trying to break down his top structure because he's out of materials. Does tag his opponent once there, continuing to use that pickaxe, and he's realizing no mats. He's got to try to drop his opponent down to his level. Will it work? There it is. Can't quite hit a shot there as he is blocked yet again. The fadeaway. Won't have an opportunity there, just continuing to use this pickaxe. Now he's got him on his level. This is his chance. SKIRMISH can't get it.
Loses track of Pupper in the middle of all the building.
As Pupper gets the elim.
Back and tilted. Joker Untamed pushing on his opponent right now. Lifts a shotgun shot, but gets lavish with a follow-up. And you saw there, he ended with 1 HP. You saw it going down at the bottom.
Just, again, show off just how much I know about Fortnite. You actually can't get weaker than having just 1 HP. That's the lowest amount of health you can have.
Jack, you're not wrong.
There you go.
You're not wrong.
You're
Nick
welcome
Merckx
to Blind
here,
Pain.
established in the UI building. Back over here to set that destroys. Kev is at the sports complex to the west of Tilted, but he's not alone there. Jalakias is hiding underneath, and they're going to do a little bit of creeping. The audio cues, super important. Even editing, speedy edits as he's trying to get up above. He could have just built one ramp, but instead double edits on the way through.
Look at this zone.
A lot of players, hopefully they're seeing this. They have 2 minutes and 52 seconds to start making a push because this zone is way west side. Snobby, greasy, Tilted, even Pleasant and maybe Haunted. With Shifty Shafts in there. This is centered on literally who we're watching right now. They're smack dab in the middle.
I'm actually really surprised to see him going for so many hand cannon shots. Does get tagged up quite a little bit. Yeah, that was maybe hoping he'd get a quick little one shot there. Won't work out.
Especially with materials that he's sitting on right now. Probably would have been safer to go for some like a ramp wall and then just crouch and stand up and peek and take a shot and re-crouch to hide behind. Just an update for everybody. Pupper and Rex both currently have 2 eliminations, but nobody has more than that, which means nobody's got a point yet. 3 is the bottom end for that.
Here's a replay near Haunted Hills. Diabolic.
This is Christo.
When you got that much HP, you think you're going to basically win any engagement you're in, especially when your opponent has just about 100 to use. The zone closing on in. We mentioned just how far west this zone is. Going to force everyone on the east side of the map, from Retail, Tomato Temple, Risky Reels, Paradise Palms, Salty Springs, to make some moves west. And when you've got that river in the middle, there's a lot of gatekeeping opportunity here, Dr. Lupo, to be able to kind of shoot down on your opponents and maybe pick up some free limbs.
Now, information just for people watching home, all of the Cloud9 players that didn't qualify yesterday are in this today, which means the entire roster could still end up in the grand finals tomorrow. Yeah. Speaking of big teams too, Liquid Chap, I saw the feed a moment ago, got his first elimination. Misfits taking out 42. Which is too bad. I believe he was at 2 eliminations, one elim away from a point, but got cut early. We're still 60 plus remaining, so there's no points for 42 MTU just yet. Kev trying to take shots.
Gosh, he's just praying that hand cannon hits.
He's been rolling. I don't blame him. The thing hits like a bus.
Oh,
if
well, I mean,
within.
one shots.
Yeah,
exactly. Scenario. Kev's just going to go for this one though. At some point, you think he's using a lot for this fight. When will this engagement finally come to a close? They're 1 level away from each other. Kev's still hunting, still hoping it can work out. You see bouncing up and down, trying to look for the best area to engage from. Only 90 mats, and these are these early game fights that some of the top players talk about. Not having the chance to farm, not having the chance to loot. Basically, it's nothing left to his name. There's the elim finally.
But on the rotation. I was almost expecting at some point, if he pinpointed his location with audio, to drop off the top, maybe suffer a little bit of fall damage, but catches opponent off guard with an immediate shotgun shot.
And look at that. The second the elim comes in, just starts hitting whatever materials there are. Here's Rio.
Sentinel already has 2 players in the grand finals as well. This will put him at 3 if Rio does extremely well today. And it looks like he's got the determination for it. Kyle 182 going down. Puts him at an elimination.
And here's Chap. 1 elim to his name to this point. Absolute beast in Fortnite from everything I've seen from competing against him here. Just does get tagged on up, so only 87 HP.
Look at his materials already, though.
And that's what Liquid are best at. And I'm wondering, oh my gosh, what can you buy with... I was wondering what you could buy with those slurp juices there.
Sure, we'll see here in a second.
Machine.
This is his first elimination earlier. Those shotgun shots, the accuracy, even from up top on Bearded Derp down below him.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. So he actually does purchase a slurp for wood. So that's, for me, a great investment when you're down to just 87 health. Remember, the slurp was updated recently. It's no longer just, 25 health and shield. It now gives you 75 in total. Starts with your HP. So they're at 87 health. He'll wind up getting 13 HP, and then the rest of that 75 winds up going in to his shield, so he'll finish with about 62 shield there as well.
Now, Courage, I'm going to try and think off the top of my head. I believe it's maybe it's like a 4x4 or 5x4 base, number of squares that this building takes up. Nick Merckx has not left that building yet. He hasn't left that 20 square area.
And that was Chap who actually just ran right past him. What an engagement that would have been if it was Chap versus Nick. But here you go, Chap in the build engagement now, trying to stay above his opponent.
He actually ended up in the same box and had to fall out to save himself. He's going to drop down. Are you kidding me?
That's confidence. That's confidence. Stops and is it impulse time? I believe so. He's going to look to just reset this fight, get away. If you heard, the opponent he was in the build battle with started getting tagged from a third-party engagement. Didn't want to have to deal with any of that. He'll go ahead, get away. He's actually burned through all of his wood now, down to just 60 left.
You saw his loadout, Courage. He had a blue AR, a green suppressed SMG, you can see right there, and the heavy shotgun. And out of that box that he opened, that he pulled the impulse nades from, there was a gold heavy sniper. Would you have picked it up and dropped potentially the blue AR?
Listen, Chap knows better than I do. You could have potentially done it, but at the same time, maybe it's not his play style that he's going with. Another vending machine purchase.
This is Ashen. His partner, Jack, has already qualified. The shots out here at Lazy Links, accuracy, mid-air accuracy with SMGs, even a gray doesn't matter. They're hitting a shot.
The swap weapon is so key. With the way that the meta of the game is right now, if you're running a shotgun, you want that quick little spray weapon you can go to. You take, hopefully, that shotgun shot, get some high damage. If not, you swap on over to that SMG to finish off the elimination. Chap now back up to 300 plus wood, 900 plus brick. I believe he might have gotten a second elim there. Now sitting at 2, so Chap just one elimination away from earning himself a point. That would be a fantastic start for one of the high-profile players here in the qualifiers tonight.
Now, I want to say I still think that the gold-heavy snipe, picking it up in this situation, especially with how slow